MAI. Part 2. Katyu locates her boss and quickly explains that she must leave to return home. Her Mandarin is poor, her Cantonese passable, but when panicked like she currently feels, she uncontrollably mixes both, and hopes for the best. The boss tells her, "It's okay, leave." Running out of the café, unsure if he understood, she wonders, "Do I care if he fires me? Maybe this is the day I never have to return." Katyu notices Kim as she exits. She wants to stop and explain, but can't. She waves, a little too enthusiastically, and yells bye, leaving before hearing his response. Dave stands and reviews his room: a double bed, a nightstand, a desk with an office chair, a wardrobe, a 3-drawer dresser, a fridge, and lastly a sitting chair and ottoman. It would be better with his own washroom, he thinks. But knows this is the best he'll get in a city full of homeless drug addicts seeking shelter. Dave needs groceries, but decides to wait until tomorrow. He knows the extra 100 lbs of body fat he's carrying will provide any calories he needs until then. It's not his first fast. The next morning, after another 8 hours of sleep, Dave still feels tired, but is ready. After quick trip on the metro to pick up a Tim Hortons coffee and donut, he's back, laptop open, time to work. Dave writes. The 28th of November, 2020, Day 1. Movie idea #66. One God gets pissed off with everyone complaining about how hard his world is to live in and decides to go back to mortal form and live as a human to prove them wrong. 2. Normally God would just send these complainers to his friend Satan, but recently God sent nearly everyone to his counterpart. God is lonely, he needs someone to tell him a happy story about their life. 3. God decides to pause the afterlife. Anyone who dies remains in temporary stasis. They know they are dead from earth, but still conscious. They remember their life, but cannot feel their body. 3.1 They have two options: review their past life for eternity, or until God returns, or experience God's life on earth, through his eyes, his thoughts, his feelings, in real time. 4. God created the rules and God plays by the rules. He wipes his own memory before being reborn to a random family anywhere on the planet. He follows the rules, no different than anyone else, his universe, his rules, for all. 5. With one exception. God is playing with a stacked deck. His mind is millions of times faster than any human on their first trip into his world. It's not fair. 5.1 Feelings seem to be the biggest complaint by humans. God decides he'll tweak the universe slightly and increase his senses tenfold. By his calculations 5 would be enough, but again he'll need to silence the critics at the end of his experiment. His death. An increase in sensitivity will slow God's mind to a normal level. 5.2 And one other fail-safe. As an inventor, as the inventor of the universe, God's default creativity level, even without his past memory, is far more advanced and again would be an unfair advantage. To keep everything fair, God implements one additional new rule of the universe that also will only apply to him/her during his/her stay. God's new identity cannot invent or discover anything before another human on earth. He can think about it, he can actually solve the issue in his head, but he will never be allowed to be first, to take advantage of his idea. 6 Otherwise, God would probably solve gravity after his first physics class and the entire world economy would collapse when he develops a tiny electrical generator that ends the need for fossil fuels and it destroys the oil and gas industries overnight. 7 God believes, by frustrating himself with these limitations, he'll never succeed any more or less than any other human. 8. Blah, 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 God's plan works, he's God. 9. Continue later. Note, have God be a dick. Dave laughs to himself. The movie idea sucks, he knows it, but doesn't care. He'll take the Shrek approach, better out than in. Dave is finally hungry and leaves to buy some groceries. There is a microwave in the kitchen, but Dave's thinking he'll put one in his room eventually, not today. Katyu watches an unknown person type on a laptop. She's enthralled. She has no idea what he's typing or why, but she can't stop watching. Earlier she spent 8 hours watching this same person, man, sleep, again enthralled. Under strict instructions to call Leon the moment anything happens, Katyu calls Leon when the man returns with coffee and a donut. Together on FaceTime, they watch him typing for a while, wondering about the content, the purpose of his words, the video, everything. Until now, the only item of information Leon and Katyu could determine was the approximate latitude of the room. Although the blinds were closed on the window, sunlight still enters, and by assuming the time zone was in North America, they narrowed the room's placement down to a few degrees. Unfortunately located around the 49th parallel, which contains the majority of Canada's population, and a large populace on the USA side. The location of the room could be either country, Leon hopes it's USA, Katyu Canada. The furniture gives no further hints on the location. A couple of pieces look European or IKEA-like, common nearly everywhere in the industrialized world. The final clue, and the one that fascinates Katyu, kept her watching the screen before the man even arrived, is a stained glass window. Its pattern is unique and Katyu believes the key to detecting where the room is located. It also projects a kaleidoscope of dancing and still-colored lights and patterns on the walls throughout the room. The dancing she believes is from a tree and leaves, filtering /manipulating the light. For months, nightly, after her job at the café, Katyu would review the footage of the empty room. The video feed, automatically recorded on her laptop via a link Leon provided and only accessible through his dark link trademark symbol Internet Technology, DIT trademark symbol, is Katyu's portal to another world, another existence. For 6 months of her life, every night Katyu watched the daily recording at 10x speed. She studied the animated patterns of light on the wall and looked for clues, anything Leon might find interesting. Now it's Liv and she's watching with Leon Smuck. Leon stops watching the video with Katyu, she'll observe and write a report for him to review. He returns to editing a PowerPoint presentation explaining his plan to take over the world as a benevolent dictator and have his musky trademark symbol app installed on every device globally. The man video continues to play as Katyu falls asleep in her chair. The laptop doubles as a heating pad, sitting perfectly balanced on Katyu's six-pack, the one other item she brought back from America, along with an addiction for running. Katyu's mother, always curious, notices the screen while she prepares the sofa bed in the middle of the night. After determining it's not porn, she figures it must be some sort of fad the kids are doing, watching each other do nothing, seems about right she thinks. Mrs. Yu doesn't understand Katyu's generation, or Katyu. 2 hours later Katyu wakes from a dream and gasps, she dreamt she was in the room, alone for months. Katyu is scared, unsure why, it's only a dream, but to her it felt real, and it felt like prison. Katyu talks out loud to herself, remembers her departure from the USA, fuck Kat, you almost went to prison. Was it worth it? Are you happy with yourself, Kat? All you had to do was tell one white lie. One mistruth and you'd be living large in San Francisco, Kat. Instead you are living with your mother and watching an empty monitor for months. Are you proud, Kat? Pleased with your actions? Was it worth it? And what are you going to do about this man in the video, Kat? You can't watch it all day long, you have to work, why don't you write a program to monitor the video? Start with a motion sensor, you know that code is easy. Right, Kat? Are you listening, Kat? No, don't ask Leon if you can write the code, just write it. You know this is why he contacted you, you know this is why he trusts you, just get off your ass and write the software, you dumb girl. Option 1, Kat opens her GitHub account, selects New Project, and begins coding. Option 2, Kat wonders who the man in the room is. What is the purpose of everything? She knows Leon is special, that is why she ruined her career to stop a false lawsuit against Mr. Smuck. A suit instigated by her former employer based on her data they, the company, falsely modified. The company insisted she testify to the validity of the data or else. After months watching the trial and Leon Smuck on the stand, she couldn't lie, couldn't ruin a man she didn't know, a man willing to spend his own fortune to save humanity. Instead, she exposed her employer. was nearly charged with perjury, ruined her career, wasted her education, and was forced to restart her life in shame from her mother's small apartment in Hong Kong. Option 3, God Cat Yu is visited by an angel and is reminded her duty is to serve God and Leon Smuck. To help Leon with anything he requests, non-sexual. The angel reminds Cat Yu to be careful around Leon because with her incredible beauty, youthfulness, and magnificent silky black hair, Leon is likely to ask her to birth a child. Which is her choice if she pleases, but according to the angel this is not the right time for her to have a child. Not until God's plan is complete. Option 4, Aliens Cat Yu wonders about her regular customer Kim. He's so weird, like an alien, I wonder if aliens exist. If they do I hope they show themselves soon. This planet needs something new to talk about in the cafe. I can only overhear the same conversations so many times without killing myself. If he's an alien, wouldn't they have something more advanced to code within a laptop? What would an alien code? Why would an alien go to a coffee shop? Couldn't or wouldn't they just live in their ships? Wouldn't any ship from another planet be more advanced and comfortable than an old cafe in Hong Kong? Kim is cute. Can aliens have sex with humans? Why does Kim only talk to me? Am I an alien and don't know? Are we all aliens? Option 5, Dimensions Cat Yu extends her laser boy to its maximum extension, places a towel under her neck, and begins to meditate. An hour later she reaches the DMT dimension and Cat Yu unknowingly speaks to Leon at light speed, neither fully understanding the conversation in the moment, but each believing everything will eventually make sense. Leon exits 15 minutes later, his chemically induced trip is over. Cat Yu remains for hours, talking to the others and wakes up refreshed, alive, the first time in years. Option 6, Dead people Cat Yu fingers the burn mark on the arm of her laser boy. She remembers when she tried smoking, it helped her sleep. And she remembers the night she burned her chair. Cat Yu doesn't tell her mother why she brought the chair back to Hong Kong because Cat Yu is panpsychic and communicates to the chair when she sleeps. The chair has a consciousness to Cat Yu. One she's named Squidgy. Her mother would not understand. Option XXX, Cat Yu closes GIT Hub after 5 minutes of coding, opens Pornhub and fingers herself for hours until finally falling asleep in a puddle of anxious sweat, dried lube, and a variety of bodily fluids. Endnotes. Number 1. In my mind dimension and universe are the same. Another dimension could be another universe, or an actual dimension, similar or different than our current dimension / universe. Thanks for reading Dave's scripts and scraps. Subscribe for free to receive new posts and support my work.